Yo, what's going on, boys? Collision Works here. Welcome back to another Philly bunch guide today, boys. This is going to be kind of a part of our revisiting series where we kind of go over guys we've done in the past, kind of give them a more new, fresh look. As always, we're going to be going up against cover 3 and cover 4 to begin. I'll be showing these examples out of cover 3, talking over them, and then I'll just go ahead and cut and show you guys cover 4 just because both coverages, when matches off, play very similarly. So just so you guys know how we're going to cut this up. Only kind of a handful of plays just because this is going to be a revisit, so it's not going to be a super long guide, but without any further ado, boys, let's go ahead and get into this thing. To start, we're going to be talking about Z spot and go with our bunch on the far side. This is going to be against cover 3, cover 4. Here are the coaching adjustments, same as all of our other guides, just so you guys have them. We're going to be audibling here, but for this first setup, we're going to be keeping our bunch on the far side. So let's go ahead and begin. All right, boys, to start against a press cover 3, what I like to do is go ahead and motion my running back to the short side and go ahead and put him on a fade. We're basically going to be using this to pull the deep zones upfield to allow our C route to get open underneath. Now we're going to go ahead and put our tight end on a corner route to the sideline, get a double corner going, and then our B receiver, I like to put him on a drag just to have a little option underneath. So, boys, we'll go ahead and look at X first. You guys see the running back's going to do a good job pulling that third upfield, allowing our C route to get open, and then maybe make a move, break a tackle, get some good yards. And then, of course, on the right side, very, very simple double corner that we can attack underneath with our tight end. So go ahead and show you guys here again. X is going to get open. We'll go ahead and look to our tight end here on this throw. I like to just do a pass lead down. If they have any type of special zone drop or anything like that, we will obviously have to work around it. You might need to free form down, or might just need to hit them with a different combination. But this can be a really good way to attack both sidelines against cover 3, cover 4. And then, of course, you have your drag underneath just in case the user's getting a little lazy, or they're just kind of leaving an opening for you. Right there, he's bagged with that low zone drop, but we have our over the top open in this instance. So I'll go ahead and show you guys this against cover 4 real quick and go ahead and cut and show you guys both routes, and then we'll go ahead and move on to the next setup. Against that cover 4, I kind of like to freeform that down. It's just how I like to throw it. Here's your tight end corner. Alrighty, guys, now up next with Z spot and go. As you guys see, this stop and go route kind of cuts in 2 yards, maybe 3, then cuts back upfield. I want to show you guys, if we call this bunch, or if we call this with our bunch on the short side, you guys are going to see this stop and go really tightens up, becomes a lot shorter of a cut. Now, what I like to do with this is I like to motion him to the far side of the field, okay? I can pair this with a post, and that allows sometimes us to get a bomb over the top, even though it is pretty inconsistent. But we have a nice underneath with our running back. We can go and put our tight end on something like a post to keep the user in the middle of the field, and we can attack the right side third with this stop and go. It's kind of going to run similar to like a wheel. We'll go ahead and show you guys the X receiver here on his stop and go and show you guys where we can throw this. Once he gets upfield, we can go ahead and free. Well, that was an absolutely terrible example. You guys see our stop and go is in position again. Once he starts cutting upfield, we can just go ahead and pass lead this up. We can find a nice, soft, sweet spot where he's going to get underneath the outside third. Now, depending on how bad your tight end's getting bumped, sometimes that post really does get close to running into the B receiver. Not like he's going to disrupt the route, but it could lead the user to that area of the field. So if you guys have another variation with your tight end that you'd rather put him on, feel free to do that. And like we were saying, guys, if they become a little lackadaisical with the underneath, if they're going to give you the running back, by all means, take it. Something like angry runs or just a simple jukebox can give you easy yards if they're not being disciplined underneath. And then, guys, if we want to run this against a pressed cover 4, I would recommend putting your lone side receiver on a fade rather than a post. This is just going to help get that outside quarter upfield so he can't guard our stop and go. Here it is against a cover 4 press. Step up here, get our pass lead, possession, easy yards against deep zone coverage. Alrighty, guys, for this next setup, this is going to be at a double post. This is only going to be against cover 3, so please keep this in mind. One specific mention I would like to make here is having a short receiver as your solo side receiver. So for this play, I'm going to go ahead and run Deebo Samuel in this position. I want a short receiver because typically, from my experience, 5'11", maybe even 6 foot and under, your possession catches are going to give your character or your player model more drop to the ground after making the possession catch. Sometimes bigger guys will kind of take longer to drop, and when you're trying to throw real tight darts against KOs, you're going to want a shorter character in certain places. That way you can get a more consistent drop after the catch. So for this example, I'm going to run Deebo Samuel, and again, this is only going to be against cover 3, this particular setup. So double post is going to be the play, guys. What we're going to do is go and put X here on a deep post. We're going to go ahead and motion over our point receiver to the short side. We're basically using this crosser as a short running corner route, if that makes sense, because it doesn't flip his crosser. We can pair this here with a fade by B and a corner by our tight end. This short running corner is going to get underneath an outside quarter or an outside third. And then your running back can kind of put him on anything. I would recommend an out route or a table, but that in route can still be good depending on where the user wants to play with his linebacker or however they're manning up your running back. Now guys, against cover 3, like I said, we can start here by looking to our RB. We're just going to do a little free form down and out. Now I did this with a post because it does help get this outside third to go inside, but this post also does get open. I will say sometimes he will cut back a little quicker. That's why it's important to do the pass lead down and out or the free form down and out, because worst case scenario, they're going to break it up, but you're going to get your feet in bounds, and that will result in a catch in game. So just keep that in mind. You can throw this post, and that's what I want to show you guys now before we mention the tight end corner. So here it is against a press cover 3. Again, we're going to be looking for our X receiver. And you guys see, since Deebo is 5'11", when we try and really fit this in, we can go ahead and possession and immediately drop down just like that. When you have shorter receivers, you're almost guaranteed that drop slide every single time. I'll go ahead and cut and show this to you guys one more time before we move on. I'll go ahead and not press here just so you guys can see what that looks like as well. Remember, we're looking at X here. Go ahead and free form down, and then you guys see way easier to drop with a shorter receiver. If you guys were to do this with Carmichael or Plaxico Burress or a huge tight end, there's going to be a much slower drop, and that's going to result in KOs just breaking up all of your deep post. And finally, guys, before we move on against this cover 3 setup, I want to show you guys the tight end against a cover 3 press. Again, you're going to want to pair this with a fade. That's going to help pull that outside third. You guys know I preach tight end corners basically every single video. One of the best routes of getting underneath cover 3 and cover 4 deep zones. All right, boys, let's go and move on to the next setup. All right, guys, our next setup here out of double post is going to be against cover 3 and cover 4. Now, this play is going to be a little specific, so please just for a moment really kind of hone in with what I'm saying. This is going to be really good against an A-gap blitzer, which is very common in this year's game. What we're going to do is we're going to go and put our tight end on a corner route. After we put him on a corner route, we're going to go ahead and motion him. You have to do the corner first. That way he gets the short running tight end corner over to this side of the field. We can go ahead and put X here on a streak. We're going to go ahead and put our running back, rather leave him on that in route. We're going to go ahead and put our RB receiver on a streak as well, and this is going to be our setup. Basically, what this is designed to be is against a cover 3, if you guys are going up against the free safety A-gap, this is going to be their user on the hover. So we're going to have a high-low with the running back or the B receiver. If the user wants to go high, we can go ahead and hit our running back underneath. If the user wants to stay low, we can go ahead and hit our B receiver over the top. Like I said, if KOs are giving you a struggle deep down the middle, get yourself a shorter receiver and just mix it in. This can be really, really effective. Of course, the short running or short route cutting tight end is going to do a great job on this short side as well. So let's go ahead and break this down, fellas. We'll go at snap here. I know that this A-gap defender is in a zone, so just bear with me. Obviously, you guys see if we were to have him blitzing, we can go ahead and throw this in this portion of the field, and we don't have to worry about 31 being there, and we could go ahead and throw it more underneath and then to the sideline and kind of cut off the route. This can still be a great play, even if they are in coverage, which you need to be careful with lurk artists or just a safety, skying up for the ball. But keep this in mind. If they're blitzing that A-gap, this can be a phenomenal post down the middle. And then, of course, like we were saying, your tight end corner is going to do a great job as well. We'll go ahead and run this here and then show it to you guys against cover 4. We're looking at A here against the zone drops. Does a great job getting to the outside. All right, guys, now against a cover 4 drop, this is what it's going to look like. Here it is again. Just keep in mind, we're using this play as a anti-A-gap play. Right there, I wish I could have kind of cut the ball down a little more, but the user would have been able to, or the CPU linebacker would have been able to jump it. But just so you guys get a reference of where we're trying to fit that ball in with our post and how to attack that empty portion of the field. Here's your tight end corner against cover 4 drop. Again, we are going up against zone drops here. Alrighty guys, and then another example of utilizing the double corner. What we can do here is put our tight end and our B receiver at a PA read, both on corner routes, and we can go ahead and leave this RB point receiver on his crosser. This is a really, really good stock crosser, and it kind of mimics the tight end crosser, but it just runs a little higher. But you guys see it kind of has almost the same exact kind of trajectory, just a little higher. Again, though, we are going to have our tight end on a tight end specific corner, and then your running back, you guys can go ahead and put him on an out route or a table. You can even put them on an in route if you want, if they are dropping their zone drops back super far, like if their purple's out of 15 and their light blues are out of 30. This in route by the running back getting to that side of the field could be completely left wide open. So please make sure you guys are reading the defense, even if you have to throw the ball away, to know what areas of the field are going to be left open for you. Going up against the stock defense, though, I would just assume, go ahead and put your running back here on the out route to create a flood. But against a press cover 3, you guys will see crosser's going to get open, and our corners will go ahead and hit the crosser here by our point man. And then we'll go ahead and show you guys the double corner as well. Again, this is cover 3. We'll go ahead and look for our tight end here on the double corner. Kind of getting pressured here, and unfortunately, we get the under pressure, but we'll go ahead, cut, and show you guys this play one more time. All right, fellas, and here is PA read double corner against cover 4 drop pressed. We're going to attack with our point man first. Step up in the pocket here. Watch out for that vertical hook. Go ahead, hit our crosser. He's wide open thanks to our pulling route. Now, go ahead, show you guys the double corner here against cover 4 drop. Here's the defense. Here's the double corner. Go ahead, snap the ball. We're going to look for the tight end here on the low corner. You guys can either pass lead this or free form. It's just going to be dependent of how your opponent's zone drops are playing. All right, guys, and then finally against cover 2, I would actually probably like to say first, I apologize for this being a shorter guide. Just keep in mind, I have covered this formation in the past. This video is just shorter because it's part of our revisiting series. But finally, guys, going up against cover 2, I've been looking at dig return. Now, guys, for this play, I have not tested this in game, so please take this with a grain of salt. I do apologize. I just want to make it clear what we're doing here. We're going to have our bunch on the short side, and I'll just go up against cover 2 sink. Remember, our zone drops are set to 30. I'm just going to shade over the top and take away the A gap and go ahead and back off these defenders. And I think that would be good for you guys to get an example of what we're running here. We're going to go ahead and pair this with a running back streak motion to the lone side receiver. The goal of this is to have this running back streak pull the outside half safety upfield while this post takes his time getting open underneath it. I don't know what to put the tight end on yet, so I'm just going to block him here and double team the other defensive end and pair this with a streak and a drag. If you guys know something you want to put him on, feel free to do so. I just more so want to show you guys the post and how he gets open over the top. So as you guys see, when we have our bunch on the short side, that's going to allow our B receiver to have more field to basically let that running back take that safety, and we can go ahead and throw our post underneath him and really have nobody around. Now, like I said, if you guys want to put your tight end on something to kind of help keep the user in the center of the field, that's really going to help you. But I'll kind of just let you guys decide how you all want to go about it. You guys could maybe run something like a crosser or maybe just an in route, just something to kind of keep the user sitting, like what is the tight end going to do, and kind of keep him in the middle while the play is developing. But just know there's a lot of versatility here with that one player, so I don't want to have a set play. I kind of just want you guys to see what you want to do with it, just because this play isn't finalized. It's just something I've been working on to take advantage of the cover 2 more over the top in the middle while still not having to worry about those deep half KOs. Again, guys, I'll show it to you all one more time before we wrap this up. I'll go ahead and back off these 30-yard zone drops one more time just so you guys can get a reference, and show you guys this B receiver once again. And just keep in mind, we are doing this on the far side of the field, so our bunch is on the short side. That just allows the running back to get more room, allow that safety to go further up top, and really leave this post wide open. So guys, if you guys are still running bunch, I hope you guys found these beneficial. Just something I've been cooking up over the last few days. So up next, we'll probably be doing the tight open out of the Chiefs. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you all have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments or hop on over the Discord. And love to help y'all out. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Appreciate all the support, boys. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.